What is going on, my beautiful people? So today we are going to be reacting to why Haaland probably won't be the greatest of all time by Tifo IRL. Now, it depends. Do they mean the greatest striker or do they just mean the greatest player? Because the greatest striker, I think he's definitely in with a shout. Greatest player, a bit more debatable. But we're going to check this out. A link to the original video will be in the description. And without further ado, let's go.
Erling Haaland is already 20th on the list of all-time top scorers in the Champions League. And so you might think he's breaking football, or he's already broken football. He's an alien, a monster. Arr. He's probably on track to becoming the greatest goal scorer the world has ever seen. Well, hold your horses.
20th is scary when I think about it, because he's like 22. So being the 20th highest scorer in Champions League history already is quite impressive.
Because I've crunched the numbers, and what I've discovered may shock you. So, Cristiano Ronaldo is currently the top scorer of all time ever in the world of football. He has scored 863 goals and is 38 years old. Erling Haaland has scored 249 goals for club and country, and he's 23. So, if he is to beat Ronaldo's record by the time he is 38, he has to score 614 goals in the next 15 seasons. And over 15 years, that's 40.9 goals per year. And that's of course assuming that Ronaldo stops scoring.
That's insane. That's insane. First of all, it's insane stuff by Ronaldo, but also 40 goals a year. He can probably do it. He can probably do it. I mean, Messi and Ronaldo scored 40 to 50 plus goals at least for like 10 straight years. Now, Haaland is not Messi or Ronaldo, but the fact that he already scored 52 goals in his first season in Man City makes me believe that he can if he keeps on going the rate that he currently is, he can probably do that, which is scary.
Right now. So he could do it, but say he only plays the same level until he's 34. Well, that would mean he has to score 55.8 goals per year, which is more difficult. Now, despite what the talking frog who lives under a bridge near my house says, it is impossible to see into the future, so we can't know if this really happens. But we can try and simulate it on Football Manager, and so that's what we did. But to make things fair,
Oh my days! And you know what? When I clicked this video to watch, I did not expect to be watching the Football Manager simulation, but I rate it nonetheless because I play Football Manager a lot, and Haaland is a demon of Football Manager. So I rate it. I mean, I rate it.
we moved him to Real Madrid, so we'd have the exact same chances of scoring as Ronaldo. And in 7 seasons at Real Madrid, he scored 289 goals, which is a total, if you add to his real goals in real life, of 538 goals in 7 years' time when he's 30, assuming the game is...
That's quite low. Now, if you're a good Football Manager player and you personally manage the team, obviously by yourself, because the AI wouldn't do as well. Like, depending on if you're good enough, wouldn't do as well as you in Football Manager, like in terms of in developing players and whatnot. So if you're a good Football Manager player, you can easily, like, I've used Erling Haaland before. He easily scores 60 to 70 plus goals seasonally. So I feel like that's low. If I was the manager, if someone good at Football Manager was the manager of Real Madrid whilst Erling Haaland was there, they can get him easily. He can easily break Ronaldo's record. So
game is correct, of course, and if it is, that would mean he has roughly another 5 to 8 years after that to try and score an additional 325 goals. And for realism, we also put him in a completely normal situation and had him play for Dundee. And he scored 41 goals. So regardless of whether he plays for Real Madrid or Dundee, he's on track to beat the record. It's possible. But how is he doing this? How is he breaking football? Where has this creature come from? Because there's surely been players in the past, strikers, who are strong and fast and score loads of goals. What makes Haaland so special and different? Well, to answer that, what I think we should do is break down what a striker is to its bare bones into 4 distinct categories, and I've done it. I've got a categorized thing that shows you what the best strikers in the world ever do, and why Haaland is so much better than them. And what you can see on the board thing I've got here is a division of what a striker truly is. Now, these are broken into 4 categories. The first one is physical, as in, are you aggressive and big and tall, and can you jump? Speed, that's how fast you run, that's what that means. Creative, like how creative I've been with this video. Dennis Bergkamp, he's creative with his passes, you know, that's what he does. Or someone very dribbly like Messi, he's creative.
So Haaland definitely ticks the physical, the speed, and the clinical boxes. Creative is something that he still has to like fine tune in his game, but with Pep as his coach, he can definitely get there.
Creative, so he'd be very high on this scale. And then clinical is goal scoring, consistently always hitting those goals, scoring above your XG, that's kind of what that means. But there's a lot to take in here, a lot to read. Perhaps reading isn't your thing. Isn't that right, Ian?
Do you hate reading? That's sad. But it's also why we created the Daily Football Briefing Show. It's a podcast, but crucially,
You know what? Fair play. It's an ad. Fair play. I didn't expect that. I mean, make the bank. Make the bank. That was a pretty cool.
Thanks, Ian. So what is it that makes Haaland so special compared to other strikers? Well, let's take some of the best strikers in the world and put them on my foolproof graph. Now, what we could look at is someone like Harry Kane. He's a very good striker. He's very creative. I put him probably around.
Realized I didn't finish that statement. That was a pretty cool transition into the ad. Part of it.
Around here on the thing here. And he's also very, very clinical over here. But he's not particularly physical, probably here. And then speed, not very. And so what you get with
I would disagree with Kane. I mean, Kane is not Haaland in terms of out-muscling players or whatnot, but Kane is 6'2". He has a big build. He's good at holding up the ball. So I would disagree with putting physical down there, personally.
Harry Kane is this shape. Yes. How about Michael Owen? He used to be amazing. He won the Ballon d'Or. Now, he used to be very, very fast, so I'll put him right up here because that's where he belongs. But also, Michael Owen's not very physical whatsoever, and he wasn't very creative. And so he was clinical, probably less so than here. We'll put him round about. That's probably about there, right? So Michael Owen looks like this. That's what he looks like. It's not bad. Now, how about Alan Shearer? Oh, I love Alan Shearer. He's really nice. Also, he scored loads of goals. He's still the Premier League top scorer of all time, right? So Alan Shearer, physical, quite physical. Put him maybe around about here. Troy Deeney would be here. Alan Shearer's over here. Not very fast, but faster than you think he was. He's round about, I would say, here before he got all his injuries. He's very, very clinical. He'd be round about here with Harry Kane, I would say. And then you've got creativity. Not really. Probably not far off Michael Owen. He was very good at crossing back in the day. And so Alan Shearer looks a bit like this, which is really good, right? But I'm going to touch on one thing particularly that they're really good at. They're all quite clinical. They touch on one other thing. Now let's look at Erling Haaland. He is an absolute monster. He is very, very, very physical. He's also incredibly fast, also very, very clinical. And so what's he got? Wow, by golly gosh, wouldn't you know it? He's basically better than every single other person. Creative? Not really. We'll put him round a bit here between Owen and Shearer. So then you get this sort of thing here. But Haaland has a massive triangle. He's a triangle boy. And the triangle boy stuff is important.
I can't take this guy seriously. He's a joke, man. But he's speaking facts, though. He's speaking facts.
Because that's kind of what makes him overpowered. He has the huge physical attributes that no one else really has. He's overpowered in real life, but he's also overpowered, apparently, in video games. And so back in 2022, we went to Football Manager on an adventure, and they told us all about this.
Erling Haaland, I've been told, breaks video games. Have you found that?
Erling Haaland in Football Manager, he breaks video games, he breaks minds, he breaks defenses, he breaks your will if you're his opponent. Yeah, he's, for you, the best thing in the world. Against you, you absolutely hate the bloke. So, yeah.
That to be the case. I have.
He does kind of break the game a little bit because the way he is built. If you were to build a footballer like from scratch, you would want Erling Haaland, right?
He not only is tall and strong, but he's also fast and powerful. So he's got like the whole package.
He plays to 20-35, no issue. Doesn't get injured that often. And he goes to a good team and he'll score 35 goals this season.
Now that was before FM23 came out last year, and the developers had to change the game a little bit to try and make sure he wasn't ridiculously overpowered, making him as close to real life as possible. But he is recently overpowered in real life, so therefore he looks very powerful within the game. But here's the thing, that physicality can't last forever, let me tell you that as a truth. Wisdom. Oh boy, the minute you hit about 30, you're not fast anymore. That's what happens when you're not a pro athlete. So what I've done is thought about what might happen in the future to Erling Haaland. He's 23, remember? And so what will happen is your mental attributes will increase, because as my excellent scientific graph proves, this is based on no data, the mental attributes go up with age, but your physical declines. And if you're me, it's slightly earlier than this. But this is mostly what I think footballers are like. And those mental attributes are absolutely key. That's how you develop and stay at the top end of the game. Think about players like Alan Shearer, had really serious injuries, had to develop his game. Michael Owen had serious injuries, had to develop his game.
So, up until this point, they haven't really made the case against Haaland being, or haven't given reasons as to, I mean, maybe he's getting to the point and I'm jumping in a bit too soon, but they haven't said why Haaland probably won't be the greatest of all time. They haven't said why they believe so yet, but we'll see.
Not quite the same players when he lost those physical attributes, but still excellent in the box, being able to make these movements. Now Haaland already has those mental attributes. This is the other thing that makes him overpowered. And you can see that he already scores at higher than anyone in Europe since joining City. That's not just physicality, that's also the mental awareness and strength that he has there too. And the other concerning thing is that Haaland's not even fully cooked yet. He's 23, strikers don't peak until they're 27. Tom Worville made this when he escaped from the scattergram before he...
Well, I kind of want to see that.
Strikers don't peak.
Okay, so goalkeepers peak at 28, centre backs at 27, full backs at 25, central midfielders at 25, wide attackers at 26. So basically, between 26 and 28.
Until they're 27.
25 and 28.
Worville made this when he escaped from the scattergram before he left us for other pastures. So Haaland, in theory, isn't even at his best yet. So there is still lots of time to score more goals. So we may not know the future, we don't know how good he can be, but we know from the past that players tend to get better around 27. So Haaland has those extreme physical attributes right now that make him so good. But as his mental attributes develop, he should get even better. And as the great Johan Cruyff once said, you play football with your head, and your legs are there to help you. And so if Haaland is insane and tries to break this goal scoring record by staying as fit as he is now until he's 38, well done to you, he might beat the record. He could do it, we know it from the simulations. But here's the thing that I said would shock you before at the start. It's a lizard! Look at the lizard!
If you like this video, please
What? So the title was essentially clickbait. Oh man, that's funny. So yeah, I guess I don't even know what to say. Haaland, probably. I don't think he'll be the greatest player of all time, just because we've seen Messi and Ronaldo, and Haaland doesn't really play, or isn't as good technically as Messi or Ronaldo were when they were in their prime, in their heyday. And even still till right now, Messi's absolutely incredible. So, and same with Ronaldo, is still a goal scorer and whatnot. Haaland will always be a pure goal scorer, number 9 stuff. But unless he turns into like a Harry Kane in terms of being able to be creative and holding up the football, I think he'll probably be closer to a Harry Kane than he will be to like a Messi, Ronaldo. Well, no, he will score as many as both of them probably, but he won't probably have the same impact. I mean, I say that, but the future generation might think Haaland is the greatest of all time, and then when we try to explain to them, oh, Messi and Ronaldo, they'll probably look at us like we look at the people that call Maradona and Pele and whatnot. So I guess obviously being the greatest of all time is very much a subjective decision. But Haaland will definitely, if he keeps on going, obviously we can't see the future and injuries and just whatever the heck might happen. But you would believe that if he keeps on going the rate that he is going at right now, and he stays at Man City, and even if he doesn't stay at Man City, he goes to Real Madrid or whatnot, he will keep scoring goals. So yeah, he would definitely be one of the greatest strikers of all time, possibly past Ronaldo's goal scoring record as well. But yeah, that was the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe. Link to the original video will be down below. And until next time,